Beloved listener, I want to welcome you once again to the Vybrational Stage Podcast. As we move deeper into our embodied love arc, we arrive at a threshold, a doorway where love ceases to be an abstract concept or a fleeting feeling and instead becomes a way of showing up in the world. The title of today's episode is Love as the Courage to Show Up Whole, and I emphasize that word whole because in this fractured, distracted, image-driven age, wholeness is one of the most radical acts of love we can embody. We live in a time where so much of life demands that we show only parts of ourselves. On social media, we show the polished moments, but rarely the unfiltered reality. At work, we often present the competent professional while silencing the vulnerable human. Even in our families, we sometimes feel pressure to keep certain truths buried so that others remain comfortable. But here's the paradox. Every time we fragment ourselves to fit in, to please, or to survive, we weaken the vibrational resonance of love that longs to flow through us. Embodied love is not interested in fragment. It asks for the whole. We've been taught that love is soft, tender, gentle, and yes, it is all of that. But when fully embodied, love is also fierce. It takes courage to sit in your truth when the world would rather you silence it. It takes courage to reveal your scars, to let others see your trembling hands, to speak when your voice shakes, to admit that you don't have it all figured out. Love in its purest form is the courage to be unmasked. Let's be clear, wholeness is not perfection. Perfection is a performance, an illusion, a mirage we chase but never attain. Wholeness is the integration of all that we are, the messy and the magnificent, the tender and the strong, the shadow and the light. Love says, bring it all here. Nothing is wasted, nothing is unworthy, nothing is too much or too broken. To show up whole is to embody the truth. I remember a moment when I was asked to speak in front of a group, and my instinct was to hide behind polished words and rehearsed gestures. But Spirit whispered, let them see you, not the mask, you. So I dropped the script. I spoke with trembling honesty, and what happened was miraculous. Not because my words were flawless, but because they were true. People leaned in, not away. Tears filled eyes, and I realized wholeness awakens resonance. When you show up whole, you give others permission to do the same. In your family, your authenticity can heal generational patterns of silence. In your relationships, your honesty can dismantle walls of fear. In your community, your courage can spark collective transformation. This is the hidden power of embodied love. It doesn't just change you, it alters the field around you. Let's now engage in the expanding exercise I call the mirror of wholeness. First, sit in front of the mirror in a quiet space. Second, look directly into your own eyes, not with judgment, but with curiosity and compassion. 3, speak aloud these affirmations. I am whole, I am enough, I am love embodied. Notice what arises. Resistance, tenderness, even discomfort. Stay with it. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, I bring all of me forward. Nothing is left behind. This practice isn't about reciting nice words. It's about activating a frequency within yourself that says, I will no longer abandon myself in order to belong. Beloveds, we are being called to rise as peace in action, and peace is not birthed through fragmentation or performance. Peace is birthed through wholeness. When you choose to show up whole, unmasked, vulnerable, courageous, you become a living transmission of embodied love. You become a mirror that reflects possibility back into the world. So may you step forward today in your wholeness. May you refuse the temptation to hide or fragment. May your embodied love ripple outward as courage, as authenticity, and as an unshakable presence of peace in action. And as always, thank you for joining me here on the Vibrational Stage, where together we rise, heal, and embody the love that this world is so desperately in need of.